Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN Radio. This is November 30th, 2018. And tonight, we're going to do a lot tonight. You know, there's been a lot going on this Mercury in retrograde, which is still in retrograde. So we're really going to work with it. I want to give you guys the radiation report for the United States and anybody out there in Europe and the other countries. You know, if you know what your radiation report is, send it to me, send it to the station, send it to my Facebook page, and I'll share it with everybody. You know, the more that we put out the radiation level in the report, you know, then you know what you're going to do for healing and how much you can be outside and all that good stuff. Now in California, radiation is going to be higher because of the fires out there that released a lot of radioactivity into the air from some of the nuclear facilities out there. And of course, nobody's talking about it. Excuse me. Yeah, you know, I burp up energy. I don't have a beer on the side, okay? I'm going to do the curse removal, energy balancing, because I figure once we've gone through the first holidays and you're with your relatives, there's nothing like relatives, right, to push your buttons. So you might want to, you know, have a nice little spiritual alignment. We're going to work on Mississippi and Ohio. You know, one of the things that really stood out for me after the elections, and it was all done and said, you know, got a good look at the state that was the most racist state in our the United States, and dang, Mississippi done won. I mean, they voted in a woman that is a racist. She talked about being first in line to go in to a public hanging. I mean, she's been caught wearing Confederate clothes with a Confederate rifle in her hand and gone to an all-white, very selective school and sent her daughter there too. And this is what the people of Mississippi voted in instead of the lovely Black man who was very balanced, open, and would be willing to take their state forward. So, you know, some people would say, well, what about Georgia and Florida? Well, you know, there's a lot more Democrats in those states, and the Democrats would have won if it wasn't for the Republicans cheating. And it's the only way those guys can win. They jury rigged it. They screwed with the voting machines. You know, they lie, cheated, and steal. What pirates they are. They should get a new logo, RRR. So there are a lot of Democrats in that state that really voted Democratic, but it was a lot of gerrymandering going on and votes lost and people that were disenfranchised from voting. All right, that's the only way the Republicans could win. Now, Mississippi, more people in Mississippi voted for the woman that was a racist, hands down. Now, there might have been a little bit of jury tampering, voting tampering with machines. I don't think they had to. They're just darn racist. So we're going to send Mississippi a little extra light and start anchoring light there. You know, we cannot let the KKK, who does black magic, satanic magic, to keep a hold there. You know, when you understand, you know, where light's needed the most, where is it darkest to the most, and you got to take Mississippi as a whole. Okay, now we're also going to do some energy work in Ohio. I mean, these Republicans are just insane. And if you've never seen The Handmaid's Tale, you might want to just kind of look at it, because this is what they want to create in Ohio. They want to control women's bodies to the point that if you get an abortion, they will kill you. They will murder you. Isn't that Christian? How sick and twisted of those men. We've got Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court now, who's definitely a Catholic and does not believe in abortion, and it's empowering these idiots. So Ohio, we're going to send a lot of energy to Ohio today too. Now we're going to work on Trump, and just because we're working with Mercury in retrograde. And don't you want everything that Trump is doing to come to the surface, everything that him and his family have been trying to hide? Well, we're going to keep that energy where it's going. And if it's for their highest good, to allow it all come up to the surface if it's their karma. We're going to work on Stephen Miller, who is Trump's chief strategist, and he is the one that's responsible for all the really crappy immigration laws and what's being put into practice now. So, we want justice to step in, and a lot of times it's coming, but you have to put things in motion and the energy in motion. So when the Democrats come in power, they will take it up and either get this little Nazi out of the White House or get the Nazi out of the White House and in prison. Yay! And if we have time, we will work on the white male racist in the Republican Party and the unenlightened Democrats, because this is a twofer. And then we will wind it up by doing some energy work toward the Nazis. So it all depends how much time we have and how much, we can cram and jam in there. So I'm going to start with the radiation level for the United States, because I want to give you the crappy stuff first, and then we'll go into the curse removal and then do energy work. I don't want to do the curse removal here and put you in this really cool sacred space and go, oh yeah, now let's do the radiation report, right? That's going to really keep your energy up high. So I might as well get the downer down now, and then we can raise your energy back up with the curse removal. All right, so I want you to keep in mind that I'm giving you the radiation level for the United States. I always start at the state that has the highest radiation level on the planet and then go down to the lowest city. I want you also to keep in mind that anything over 20 rads is bad. That's 20. Okay, and I am going to round the numbers off to the nearest million. Okay, got it? Million. Anything over 20 is bad. Okay, so let's begin. All right, the most radiated city on the planet to date is Colorado Springs, Colorado, at 75 million. And then it's Raleigh, North Carolina at 70 million. Portland, 69 million. Little Rock, Arkansas, 65 million. Navajo Lake, New Mexico, 62 million. Spokane, Washington, 58.5 million. Worcester, Massachusetts, 56 million. Riverside, California, 55 million. St. George, Utah, 53.5 million. San Diego, California, 53 million. Idaho Falls, Idaho, 52.5 million. Atlanta, Georgia, 50 million. Boston, Massachusetts, 50 million. Phoenix, Arizona, 50 million. Tucson, Arizona, 49 million. Casper, Wyoming, 48 million. Denver, Colorado, 48 million. San Bernardino, California, 48 million. Hartford, Connecticut, 48 million. Los Angeles, California, 47 million. Fresno, California, 47 million. Yuma, Arizona, 47 million. Grand Junction, Colorado, 46 million. Concord, New Hampshire, 45 million. El Paso, Texas, 43 million. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 43 million. Providence, Rhode Island, 42.5 million. Bakersfield, California, 42.5 million. Pierre, South Dakota, 42 million. Louisville, Kentucky, 41.5 million. Billings, Montana, 41 million. Reno, Nevada, 41 million. Laredo, Texas, 40 million. Boise, Idaho, 40 million. Mason City, Iowa, 39.5 million. Albuquerque, New Mexico, 39 million. Cleveland, Ohio, 38 million. Shreveport, Louisiana, 38 million. New York City, New York, 38 million. Kearney, Nebraska, 37 million. Champaign, Illinois, 37 million. And for those that you just tuned in, this is the radiation level for the United States. Augusta, Georgia, 37 million. Pittsburgh, 37 million. Bismarck, North Dakota, 37 million. Fort Smith, Arkansas, 37 million. Corpus Christi, Texas, 36.5 million. Lincoln, Nebraska, 36 million. Anaheim, California, 36.7 million. Richland, Washington, 37 million. Salt Lake City, Utah, 36.5 million. Champaign, Illinois, 37 million. Augusta, Georgia, 37 million. Pittsburgh, 39 million. Bismarck, North Dakota, they're at 35 million. Fort Smith, Arkansas, 36.5 million. And I'm sorry, these are seeming a little scrambled. And remember, Mercury's in retrograde, so they are. Corpus Christi, Texas, 36.5 million. Lincoln, Nebraska, 36 million. Anaheim, California, 37 million. Richland, Washington, 37 million. Salt Lake City, Utah, 36.5 million. Lockport, New York, 36.5 million. Fort Smith, Arkansas, 36 million. Corpus Christi, Texas, 36 million. All right, got those. Lexington, Kentucky, 36 million. All right, Charleston, West Virginia, 36 million. Rapid City, South Dakota, 36 million. Virginia Beach, 36 million. Harrisburg, Virginia, 35.5 million. Wichita, Kansas, 35 million. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 34 million. Tallahassee, Florida, 34 million. Memphis, Tennessee, 34 million. Amarillo, Texas, 33 million. Omaha, Nebraska, 33 million. Detroit, Michigan, 32 million. Fort Worth, Texas, 31.5 million. Madison, Wisconsin, 31 million. Des Moines, Iowa, 31 million. Aurora, Illinois, 30.5 million. Richmond, Virginia, 30 million. Carlsbad, New Mexico, 30 million. Knoxville, Tennessee, 29.5 million. Birmingham, Alabama, 29 million. Rochester, New York, 29 million. Eureka, California, 28 million. Indianapolis, Indiana, 27 million. St. Paul, Minnesota, 27 million. San Jose, California, 27 million. Houston, Texas, 26 million. Montgomery, Alabama, 26 million. Chicago, Illinois, 25 million. St. Louis, Missouri, 24 million. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 26 million. Miami, Florida, 25 million. San Francisco, California, 25 million. Yaphank, New York, 24 million. Duluth, Minnesota, 23 million. Burlington, Vermont, 23 million. Dallas, Texas, 23 million. Nashville, Tennessee, 23 million. Paducah, Kentucky, 22 million. Philadelphia, 20 million. Tampa, Florida, 17 million. San Antonio, Texas, 16 million. Washington, D.C., of course, is at the bottom at 16 million. Fairbanks, Alaska is at 16 million. And way at the bottom, again, is Anchorage, Alaska at 13 million. Now, you know, you're probably saying, wow, 13 million doesn't sound bad compared to 75 million in Colorado Springs, which is absolutely true. But then when you consider that anything above 2020 is bad, It's all a moot point, don't you think? I don't think I'd be living in Colorado Springs, that's for darn sure. And I would love to know what Anchorage, Alaska is doing to keep their radiation level down, because, you know, they could share it with the whole darn earth, for God's sake. So remember, the planet is being nuked from Fukushima, going off for, I don't know, 8 years now. The press isn't talking about it. The government isn't talking about it because they want us dead, or most of the population. So you've got to really be conscious that maybe you can't see it. It's there, it's real, and you really need to take extra vitamins, do more cleansing. You know, go online and, you know, cleansing for radiation poisoning. If you're going to fly, put a drop of iodine on your throat, and before you get in the air, and then after you come down, put another drop, and it's going to strengthen your thyroid so you don't take a lot of that radiation on. And you are flying in super high radiation. Don't care where you are in the air, it's high. So be conscious. And, you know, before I do any big hugging, I make sure I take a shower and get out of my clothes and clean them and get into some other clothes, and then wash everything. You know, it's just being cautious. If you're outside a lot, you know, do some heart, take some heart vitamins, you know, cherry juice, aloe vera juice. That's all really good for you, natural stuff for your heart. And again, take extra vitamins and do your cleanses. So we're going to do curse removal, energy balancing now that I've taken you to this new low with the radiation report. All right. So for those of you who've not ever done this before, it's just a very big, clear spiritual cleansing. I balance and open up all your chakras. And these are energy centers in the body. And really quick, you have one on the top of your head, your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root. You've got a couple in your feet, couple in your hands, you know, and then you've got the minor chakras, you know, like the temples and the back of the head. But I'm going to only open up the major ones, get everything breathing, and then I remove curses, energy implants, and things that just no longer serve you, to help you move forward and, you know, be successful. And sometimes, you know, when you're with family, like I said, they really know how to push your buttons, and it kind of throws us off. So we're just going to help you center and be successful. The more successful you are, you might put a little bit more energy then into world enlightenment. So yeah, I'm being really selfish. So for those that are going to participate, I want you to sit down, put your feet flat on the floor, put your hands in your lap like you're going to receive, palms up, and sit up as straight as you can. And the straighter you are, you know, you're going to be reconnected to the Creator. And it's just going to flow, that energy is just going to flow down your spine. So I want you now to take a deep breath and inhale light, and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. To imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So you breathe in light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And do that until I tell you to stop. So as you're doing that, I surround each and every one of you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing, and I seal you in the pink flame of love. And I call to all your teachers, guides, masters, and all the divine angels that work with you, and invite them in to make this energy work as gentle, loving, and kind as we can. So take one more gentle, deep breath and exhale out everything else in your body that no longer serves you. And imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God. And you keep filling up with more of your divine essence. So now I want you to imagine this incredible divine healing energy coming down from God, coming into the top of your head, and allow that energy to flow through your brain. And as it flows through your brain, every cell, atom, molecule of your brain reconnects to the Creator, and you become this really awakened, even more awakened spiritual being filled with all these new possibilities. And now allow that divine energy to flow out your third eye. And now feel it flow down even more and feel it come out of your throat chakra. And now feel it flow out of your heart chakra. Now let it come out of your solar plexus. And now feel that divine energy flow down even farther and feel it come out of your belly button chakra. And now allow that divine energy to come out of your sacral chakra. And now allow that energy to drift even farther and feel it come out of your root chakra. Now feel that divine energy flow all the way down your legs. Let it go out your feet and send it into the earth. Feel it flow down your arms and out your hands. And I want you to feel it and allow it to flow down your spine. So take one more gentle deep breath. And this time as you exhale, again, release anything dark or negative that's left in your body that no longer serves you. And imagine all that unwanted energy, again, going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence and breathe normal. As you're doing that, I call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours, whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, TV set, animal, whatever the karmic reason is that created anything out of balance in your life or your body today. And as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion, cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your family, going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy too is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any effigies that have been misused against you. And that's any elemental of yours that was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own, clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you have your energy on, and as ties to all those elementals are cut. I call the violet flame through them to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, fill them up with love, and we command them now to be neutral or only emit love. And now I want Michael to go forth, remove any energy implants that have been done to you, or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark magic, voodoo, dark witchcraft, or just dark thoughts sent your way. So I want the stick, pin, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hips, teeth, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all those pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those spaces immediately fill up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being really successful, fulfilling all your divine missions, and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy is gently released, it's keeping all these wonderful things from coming to you. You send it all through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So if there is anybody out there that's directing any kind of dark energy at you, whether it's through magic, voodoo, dark magic, Santa Maria, or even just dark thoughts at your way, we're going to ask them to stop and step forward in the light. And if they choose to continue, which is their free will, we're going to ask their higher selves and their guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness. We surround them in a bubble of mirror. The mirror faces them. It's 2 inches from their nose. And as long as they do that dark work, that energy stays contained in the bubble of mirror. And we're going to add the violet flame to the bubble to transmute any of their dark energy so they have no forward movement. So the bubble of mirror stays up 24/7, 365 days a year until they do works of good. So I call to your higher self and ask your higher self now to activate your divine blueprint for perfect health. And I'm going to ask that and starts manifesting in your body now. So allow all that energy to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. And with every breath, feel more of this healing energy come into your body. And it just flows all the way down your legs, out your feet, down your arms, out your hands, down your spine. It integrates with every single organ that you have, strengthens them, strengthens your DNA. And I'm going to call to your higher selves to draw to you whatever healing modality that you need now to heal. And that when you see it and receive it, you recognize it and you put it into action. All right. So now we're going to move forward, guys. And we're going to create bubbles of light and put the energy work in the bubble of light. So you can do some creative visualization if you want. And if you have a crystal and still have the energy, not too high to get, go grab it because it's going to amplify what we're doing. And for those that you have visual, if you can see behind me is my big 1,000-pound celestial Earthkeeper crystal. And I'm sitting in the middle of my crystal store here in Hawaii. So it's really amplifying my work. And oh my God, if you can see, if you've got video, and if I put my head just right, it looks like I've got 3 halos over it because I got my dream catchers up there. How's that for good props? Anyway, so if you're going to participate, keep your feet on the floor and imagine yourself in this huge stadium filled with like-minded people. We're going to have a big crystal in the center that's going to amplify our work, and we're going to put the bubble of light over it. So we're going to call in, we're all connected through our heart chakra, and we're going to call in all the deities, past, present, future, the elemental kingdom to work with us, all the old ancient cultures, all the elementals, air, earth, fire, and water, the trees, rocks, stones, earth keepers to amplify our crystal into center, all the domes, obelisks, pyramids, ley lines, grids, all the sacred spots on the planet to lock into our divine energy circle tonight. I'm going to ask Mother, Father, that you guide us into doing not our will, but thy will be done. So I want you to take a deep breath and feel yourself again reconnect with the Creator, and this really high energy just pour into your body. It can be flow down your arms, out your hands, and you can imagine it going into the center, into this bubble of light that's forming, or you can imagine it's coming out of all your chakras into this bubble of light. And, close your eyes and do some creative visualization while we're doing this. So take a deep breath and again, fill up with this incredible high divine healing energy from God. Allow it to come out your chakras, your hands into the center. And in this bubble of light, I want you to put yourself in this bubble. Now, I want you to close your eyes. So we're going to send energy and talk to your heart chakra. So feel this energy come into this really high divine energy come into your heart. And now we're going to ask your heart to communicate with those body parts of you that are out of balance. Now imagine your heart sending healing energy to those areas and communicating to that part of you that is now receiving so much love that it's going through a healing transformation. Remind that body part that it is loved, and imagine this healing love energy flowing back and forth from your heart to that body part, always strengthening and regenerating. Now ask your heart to activate your divine blueprint again for perfect health. And as you ask, it is done. Now see this body part working in perfect harmony with the rest of your body. Now after the show, if you can, do this a couple of times a day and see how your health is going to improve. So we're going to fill this bubble up with light and love and lots of healing energy, and take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we are going to start with the state of Mississippi. And everyone in that state, all life forms, see them in this bubble of light. Now, as we call to the state of Mississippi, oops, going to go this way. All right. We're going to call the higher selves of everybody in the state of Mississippi, and for permission to do this energy work. Now we're going to call the Michael the Archangel to go into that state, and I'll cut all ties to all satanic energy that's coming from Nazis or the KKK clan or just dark evangelicals. That's an overlay of energy trying to keep people suppressed and racist and reptilian. And as all that unwanted energy is released, we're going to send love and light to everyone's heart chakra. And through their heart, see that expand through their bodies, and see that expand to fill their aura. And now we're going to call to everyone and help them reconnect to the Creator. And as they're reconnecting to the Creator, we're going to ask Michael to cut the ties to the Confederacy, to Albert Pike and the KKK and Albert Pike's dogma and morals, and Albert Pike's connection to Satan. And if you don't know who Albert Pike was, he was a Confederate general after the War of the States. And they lost, and he created the KKK and was very satanic. So we're going to cut the ties between everyone there in that state and Satan and racism, and what is holding these people back from growing into the light and being happy. So as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of them like an onion skin, we send it through the violet flame back to God and let them fill up with their divine essence. We're going to anchor the violet flame to the state, the very center of the state, and see it just flow outwards, touching every man, woman, and child, all life forms in that state, raising the energy and the vibration. So now we're going to anchor light in that state. And again, see it expand outward. Ooh, itchy ears. And to see it expand outward, touching all life forms. And as it flow outward, see the state, the energy start to raise and dissolve all that black magic. We're going to call again to Michael the Archangel to go forth and cut all demons that are in that state and all demons that are attached to any life forms. And as they're cut from all life forms, we tie and bind them, we send them through the violet flame back to God, and we fill that space up with an angel of enlightenment, of love, peace, kindness, empathy. So now let's pour a lot of love into this state and fill it up with more love and fill it up with more love. And we're going to call the higher selves while we're doing this to all those beings that are in the Ku Klux Klan. We're going to ask them to step forward in the light. And if they choose to continue doing their dark work, which is their free will, we ask their higher selves and their guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness. We surround them in a bubble of mirror that faces them 2 inches from their nose. And as long as they do that dark work, that bubble of mirror stays up 24/7, 365 days a year until they do works of good with the violet flame added to it to transmute any of their dark energy so they have no more forward movement. Fill this bubble of light up with more light and more light and more love, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So again, take a deep breath and feel another bubble of light being formed. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the state of Ohio and all those Republicans that want to hold women down, that are backwards, that are misogynist, racist. We're going to ask that Michael cut ties to all their plans and cut ties between them and Satan and all their dark works. And any religious groups that's trying to get them to manifest the handmaiden's tale in Ohio. Cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, clear. See all that energy being removed off of everyone, trying to create such out of balance in Ohio. Now we're going to call to those men's higher self and ask them to step forward in the light and stop trying to manipulate women and control women's bodies like they are trying to. And if they choose to continue, which is their free will, we ask their higher selves and their guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness. If that means that they are now recalled, then let it be done. Let them be recalled. If that means Mercury in retrograde, whatever they are trying to hide, those men themselves, let the goddess of truth bring it all up to the surface and expose it in a way where they've got to be removed and replaced with a human being light worker. And in this case, right now, it means a Democrat. So we're going to send the violet flame in the very heart of that state. And as it flows outward, it touches every man, woman, and child and releases all dark, misogynist, racist energy from that state. And now we're going to anchor light in the center and see that expand outward. And again, touch every man, woman, and child on this in the state. And as it touches them, it gives them that spark of divinity. And as they spark, we're going to ask their higher selves to help them reconnect to the Creator, to become awakened spiritual beings that now know better than to hurt or harm. So let's fill this whole state up with light and love, this whole bubble, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put Donald Trump and all his family. So let there be light. We called all the crystals in Washington, D.C. area to amplify light and transparency everywhere in the Capitol. We ask the Creator to remove all energy overlays that's keeping the public from seeing all the unnecessary expenses that the Trump family is creating, that the public is paying for. See the mass general public demand Trump repay us back for all his trips, all his vacation trips, and all his rallies. And not only paying us back for that, but paying all his back taxes he got caught not paying. We're asking all veils and overlays that are protecting Ivanka and her husband, Jared Kushner, Donald, Eric, Trump's wives, from the public eye are removed now. Let all their plans be brought to the surface in a way that Congress and the Senate and the federal judiciary take action and strip them of all their power they've been given by Donald Trump to be replaced with someone with international experience. Let them be given prison time for their treasonous actions. Let the goddess of truth and this Mercury in retrograde bring to the surface everything that they've tried to hide and stay secret. See it all brought up to the surface in a way that justice will be served. Remove all magical overlays protecting Trump so there is complete transparency on how he sexually abuses women. And let's send energy to all those women Trump has sexually abused in the past and present, the energy they need to come forward, speak their truth, and be protected from Trump's followers and win. We call the higher selves of everyone in the United States to realize that Donald Trump and family are a national security threat. See those overlays being removed from everyone in the United States. All those veils of magic removed so people see clearly Trump's ties to Russia, Saudi Arabia, that he is conspiring and is in collusion and collaboration with Russia, Saudi Arabia, and he needs to be impeached for his high crimes and misdemeanors and go to prison. And see all Trump's policies being reversed and being reversed and replaced with human policies. That's going to help the masses and the people. We call to Archangel Michael to remove all overlays of magic that's keeping the Congress and Senate from standing firm and putting Trump on presidential timeout now. Impeached and removed from office. See the Trump administration be suspended and put on pause and not being able to eliminate or put any new programs in action until all questions are answered. See everything that Trump is doing with Russia and Putin being brought to the surface. Let there be total transparency so everyone sees exactly what they're doing. See Congress and Senate making Donald Trump show all his tax returns. See all satanic magic that's keeping the Trumps in power be neutralized. See all the evangelical energy that's trying to protect the Trumps. See that being dissolved by the violet flame so the goddess of justice can step in and do her thing. And again, see all overlays of magic removed from Trump and his family so justice can come in and they can be tried for their high crimes and misdemeanors. And if that means prison time, so be it. And any of the cronies, his cronies, including all the people from the Senate and the Congress, the Republicans that are in Putin's pocket, any Democrats that are in Putin's pocket, let it be brought to the surface and exposed. And in a way where justice will be served. So real quick, we're going to put Bob Mueller in this bubble and with all his attorneys and everyone that he's working with, no matter even if it's other attorney generals, state attorney generals, see them in this bubble of light and see them being divinely inspired, what they knew to take down the Trump crime family and the Republican crime family. See Bob Mueller being really successful, being more brilliant than he ever has. I have to admit he's really doing a great job. To see him even more brilliant and receiving all the information he needs to be successful. So we're going to take a deep breath and release this. We give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, okay, because we don't have a lot of time left, we're going to put Stephen Miller, all the Republican racists in this bubble, all the Nazis. So they're in this bubble of light. So we first called Trump's chief strategist, Stephen Miller, and all the Nazis and the Republicans' higher self to help them step forward into light. And if they choose not to, which is their free will, we ask the higher self to put them in positions of harmlessness. We surround them in a bubble of mirror that contains their energy with the violet flame added to transmute all out of balance thoughts and plans back to light. This bubble of mirror stays up 24/7, 365 days a year until they do works of good. We call the Michael the Archangel to cut all ties. Miller and Trump and Pence and Bannon, Paul Ryan, Kellyanne Conway, Eric Prince and his neo-Blackwater mercenary, Betty Voss, Trump's cabinet, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the Nazis, the Russians, Breitbart News, all Christian white supremacists. And as ties between these beings groups are cut, see all their agendas and their plans falling apart. Now we're going to cut ties between them and Hitler, and they're trying to manifest the Fourth Reich by force of will or by satanic magic. And we remove all protective magic overlays surrounding them. And as we remove all veils of invisibility, they surround them, see them clearly as what they really are, and see all their plans and their plans of magic falling apart. So we're going to cut all ties these beings have to Albert Pike and manifesting World War III by creating chaos through the Muslim world and chaotic magic. And as that energy is transmuted by the violet flame, it's released and filled with so much light, their plans fall apart. We're going to send energy to all the federal judges standing up against Trump and all these crews and start siding with light and doing what's right and siding with the people. And we're going to send energy to the ACLU for stepping up and defending the civil rights of Muslims and all immigrants. See the spiritual warriors coming out for justice in a nonviolent way with success. So imagine all the Nazi swastika symbols being reversed. So it only now brings in peace and prosperity. So anytime anyone looks at a Nazi swastika, it's automatically that energy is going to reverse and again allow only peace and prosperity back onto the planet. So we're going to cut all ties and remove all energy veils of magic that all these beings do with each other and that have put on each other. And as those veils and energies removed, we're also going to cut ties to all their oaths and vows that they've taken together. They've taken under Hitler and Nazis and KKK and whatever secret societies they're in, and whatever is spoken that binds them to each other and the Nazi Russian party. And we called Ganesha to put up lots of obstacles between all of them, making it very difficult for their plans to gel together. And whatever they're doing, Mercury in retrograde, bring it all up, let it all be exposed, let there be complete transparency so they cannot get away with anything, and done in a way where justice has got to be served. All right, so we're going to fill that up with light and love. And take a deep breath and release it. I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. All right, one more bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put in all the light workers. So put yourself in this bubble again. And I'm going to call Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to remove all obstacles that are in all light workers' ways. So you have a clear path and you're able to move forward. We're going to ask Michael to come forth and remove all energy overlays that's around you, that's keeping you from being successful and connecting with the Creator and becoming an even more awakened spiritual being filled with all kinds of new possibilities. See everyone in this bubble of light that's speaking out for light, and the planet children standing up against Nazis and Russia and Satanism and dark magic. See all the people of light filling up with so much light that they're magnetized to themselves, everything they need to be successful. See them fill up with all kinds of abundance and have more money, all the money that they need to fulfill their divine missions, to live a comfortable life, and to share it with others. See them fill up with so much light that they're drawing other people to them to work together, and see groups putting their egos aside and joining forces and sharing their sources. And as they do that, they're able to be quantum leap the world into enlightenment by becoming more successful. So fill everyone up in this bubble of light with light and love. And we're going to take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. Okay, guys, it's time to ground. And I want you to put your feet flat on the floor. And I want you to feel the earth energy come up your feet. And as you take breaths, deep breaths, feel more earth energy come up. Feel yourself starting to ground, becoming very, very centered, very back in body, very focused. And as earth energy gets even higher, feel yourself becoming even more centered and grounded. If you have that stone that's called hematite, grab it, hold it, ground yourself. And I don't know how cold it is around your area, but if you can go run outside and, just put your hands on a tree and send all your excess energy into the tree for, even 30 seconds, and then ask the tree to send you energy back, you'll ground. And you'll immediately pull back in body. Lodestone works too, that grounds you. Take a nice warm hot bath, that'll pull you back in body and relax you. Eating helps ground you. I know, what an excuse to eat around the holidays, right? So all that grounds you, and it's really important. I don't need you really that high after the show, because I don't want you to get hurt, okay? All right, so real quick, we're going to do 3 ohms and close the circle, and you can do it with me. Om, 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. Sai Ram. So thanks for tuning in tonight. This is UPRN Radio. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to UPRN, and, subscribe to my channel too. Do a twofer. You can do it. I have the curse removal on there, and if you want to listen to it again, that's on you. The soul retrieval is there. You can go to my website, www.angelllightome.com. I have really awesome healing tools that glow in the dark. It's made out of rocks that anyone can become a healer. They're my Angel Light healing tools. And you can go on my website at www.angelllightome.com and see what I have. Or you can call me at my store, 808-775-9400. And, you can call me. I do energy work by phone too. Now, if you come into my store, I'm in Honoka'a, Hawaii, on the Big Island with the inactive volcano. And I've got the largest crystal in Hawaii that you can touch and hug and communicate with. And I have another one that's 650 pounds, same thing. I do free little mini massages with my angel light tools. I do pain and stress release with them, curse removal in person. And then you can come and lay on my angel light healing bed. And that's all for free. Yeah, I do take donations. I am on the humility program, but I don't stick the jar in your face and go, you better give or you don't get. So no, I believe that, you're given spiritual gifts to share and not to make money from. I own a rock shop. That's how I earn my living. So anyway, if you need any great crystals or angel light healing tools, go on my website. I got all kinds of really awesome dream catchers. I have a whole rock shop full of stuff. Need hematite? I got that. Hematite bracelets, which is really nice to help you stay grounded during this really crazy time. Although I have to say, I really am getting my popcorn out with everything that's happening to Trump and his family now. It's really getting good. I can't wait till the movie comes out. I will go see it. Ought to be great. Anyway, so thanks for tuning in again tonight. Have a really lovely week. And, if you get stuck and you're not moving forward, do some chanting for the planet. Do some selfless work. And, the chant, all you got to do is, I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. That's the violet flame chant. Sorry. The chants, you can do that too, and that helps release things that no longer serve you. But the chant for the planet is, may divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. Now, if you really want to do more energy work next week, and I've been doing this regularly, Mondays we're chanting and calling down enlightenment and anchoring it to the earth. And that's 4:00 Hawaiian time, 9:00 Eastern time. So, it's really easy to do. Tuesday, same time. I call it Fukushima Tuesday. I give the recent radiation report and chat about the recent radiation news that's going on. That's a real fun one to do. Thursday, same time, we do energy work for the climate, the earth, the water, earth work. So come join me. And it usually takes, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I cram and jam. Your energy is welcome. And again, thank you for joining me tonight. I will see you next week, same time, same place, from the beautiful island of Hawaii. Come visit. What an excuse to come to the big island. Come for a healing. Come for some angel light tools. Come commune with the Earth Keeper. Come swim with the dolphins. Yeah, how cool is that? It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, guys, on that note, it is done and time to go home. And I hope you have a really lovely night, because I'm going to. So on that note, aloha, good night.